Well, hey there, little Gemini. Howdy. I have no idea where they came from just now, but I'm doing a bonus reading for you guys since your reading is like on fleek, you know? We're talking about you in my twin flame group on Facebook. It's hilarious. We were all like, because it's a few other readers that are in the group, and one of them was like, I should have got her channel name so I could have mentioned her channel. Put your channel below this video. I don't know if you're going to cross-watch Gemini. I'm going to tell you to cross-watch Gemini. But anyway, is this technically a cross-watch with it being a bonus reading? I guess that still counts. But long story short, we were all like, oh my gosh, like everyone was saying like their Gemini videos like had the highest views. So, I'm just going to ask on behalf of everyone, what the heck is going on, Gemini? What is going on in your love life? But anywho, I'm going to do a quick little bonus read for you guys as a thank you for, your views being on fleek, and then a romance angel card fell out. So let's go with it. But I'm going to do the same reading that I did for the people whose sound I screwed up. So we're going to take a peek at your little person of interest. And we're going to look at their desires, their fears, their next actions, and their thoughts and their feelings towards you. But on top of that, we're going to look at these 3 romance angel cards that just fell out. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Interesting, Gemini. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Interesting. Now, the narrative that I hear with this, and I'm going to be quite honest, this is still that same separation thing. So here's the deal. You need support from your tribe, your friend group, your best gal pals or down dudes. I don't know what guys call your besties. I don't know if y'all do guys call besties? I don't know. But anyway, so the whole thing is here, your friends are going to play a vital role in helping you kind of get over this little hump that you guys are dealing with right now in reference to this person that you guys are in separation from. But the thing is between the two of you, oh, I didn't want to use this deck. Between the two of you, the passion runs very, very deep, I actually do need that deck because I'm actually going to just ask that, but I don't know. I feel like I should pull a card right here. Leave me alone. Don't talk about me. But anyway, the whole thing is here is that your friends are going to play a vital role in being a support system for you at this time because it may be that you guys are watching this reading because it's like you sense, like you really care about this person, of course. You really want them to come back and for your separation to be over, of course. But I think the whole thing is that not necessarily that you're losing hope per se, but it's just that you're tired of waiting, But it's like you feel the person's presence. Heck, you may even be dreaming about the person and things of the sort. But I think what it is that your friends are going to be like a vital support system while you're kind of going through all of these emotions, because I feel like you're sensing the person very heavily. But what Spirit is saying in the end is that, divine timing is at work. So it's, things like moving around to get everybody in the right place or whatever. So it's not to lose hope, so to speak, but I just feel like the intensity of your emotions is kind of at a peak. So Spirit, can you give me just one card to clarify this passion card? Whoa. But yeah, man. So just kind of, I don't know, sometimes like, well, I don't know if you know, but I would assume that you do. It's like when you have something on your heart really, really heavy and you end up turning into like a pressure cooker. We have the Magician, right? So the whole thing is home dude is preparing. That's why I said I kind of could have figured this out from the read I'm about to do. But the whole thing is that it's kind of like him laying the groundwork. Like if you think about like... not necessarily like, well, I guess you would say like a real magician. So like a Chris Angel kind of person, right? So you think about him doing like this large, Vegas style show. Like he's not just going to show up like at, I don't know what place it is that's not supposed to be in this deck. There's 2 cards in this deck that aren't supposed to be in this deck. Okay. I can't wait to turn those over. But anyway, so if you think about somebody like Chris Angel, I don't know, Caesar's Palace, I have no idea. I know nothing about Vegas. But wherever it is that someone like that would perform. So you think about, you know, they're doing this big, huge show. Like, they're not just going to show up and then just do it. It's a lot of preparation that goes into it. It's like he has to kind of try out the little illusion thingies that he's going to do. And, you know, they have to do like a whole run of show and test the lighting. So I kind of feel like this person right now, you may feel like an influx in intensity where you're thinking about them, dreaming about them, because their energy is very fixated on you. So you're kind of feeling their presence a great deal. And I think it's like irritating because it's like, you know, why do you keep showing up in my dreams? Why do I keep feeling your presence when it's like you're not doing anything? But I really feel like what it is that they're doing is because the magician is, of course, somebody who they take action, but they're successful because of the preparation that they've put into what they're doing. So I feel like this person is being led by spirit and kind of being led to do checks and balances, get things in order before it is that they come forward. So more or less the message for you is that it's worth waiting for, in the sense that spirit is behind the delay, but in the long run, the delay will be worth it. So anywho, I was about to pull you guys cards for a little peek at your person lurking in the windows and such. But ironically, and this has never happened to me ever, I have two cards from a totally different deck that were in this deck. Okay, like in the middle, to where you didn't even notice it until like I started, you know, shuffling. So we're going to see what these two cards are. Interesting. We have Justice and the Devil. Oh my goodness. This is really funny. Okay. First thing that I hear when I looked at this is a song, and it's a song they used to sing in church. Break every chain, break every chain, break every chain. That's literally what I heard in my head just now. That's very interesting. This is two major arcanas. So, of course, this is indicative of a major shift and change happening. Don't know how they got in the Tarot of Sexual Magic. I hope you guys had fun in there. I'm sure the Devil card did. But anyway, so yeah, so in so many words, I guess it's an extra little message for you guys. Aren't y'all lucky, Gemini? What is going on in your life? I mean, I'm about to find out, but whatever. But the thing that I'm looking at here, it's almost like an epiphany, divine revelation. It's a person coming to a place where, and I feel this two ways, because this is kind of like a present energy, but then also like with your whole worth waiting for, it's like everything's going to make sense in the end is how I'm feeling it. It's like all of the, you know, oppressive, dark, unbalanced, maybe even, you know, kind of toxic type of energy, feeling very disempowered. It's almost as if like a major judgment has been made with this. So either it's a person having a huge epiphany, or it's, well, I mean, to be quite honest, the song Break Every Chain is literally about being delivered. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, coming to realizing the truth and, you know, stepping into your freedom and all that good stuff. So that's really how I'm seeing this. It's like a person having a huge divine revelation and being delivered from bondage, and thus manifesting at the magician. It's like coming into this realization, oh my gosh, like I am the manifester of my own destiny. All of the power is in my hands. You know what I mean? I can create whatever it is that I want. And I think that kind of renews this, well, not necessarily renews, but almost intensifies the passion that this person has for you, right? So it's just really about being patient and trusting the process. Like, I mean, especially if you guys, because I know not every single Gemini in the world resonates with that. But I mean, if this is something where, I mean, you know that you know that you know, like you're super duper, like, you know, something is going on, you know, in the sky, in the universe, whatever you want to call it. It's like, especially with this dude, like, I've been on YouTube a year, okay? And I got like 11 decks. And I've never had two cards or a card from another deck being in my deck. But it's the fact that it wasn't like at the bottom or even at the top. It was in the freaking middle. Has Spirit been in here tampering with my decks? I don't know. Anyway, let's get some more little info on your partner person. So we're going to look at their desires, their fears, their next actions going forward, what they're thinking and what they're feeling in reference to you, my wonderful Gem. I just got like a tickle in my tummy. I feel like a whole bunch of y'all are going to be like buku bucked up when you like see the update for this. Because I feel like some of y'all are like all in your head right now. You just like thinking. And then you're going to be like, ah! You're welcome. Okay, Spirit. Please give me clear, indirect guidance for my Geminis. And what I really want to know, Spirit, I'm going to be real, you know? I want who this reading is for. I want to be able to speak into their situation to give them some peace, because I feel like some of y'all been losing sleep and things, and you need your beauty rest, babe. You need your beauty rest. You know what I'm saying? So anything that's of utmost importance, Spirit, please allow that to come out in these here cards. What I want to know. I want to know the person that Gemini is interested in. I want to know what their desires are in reference to Gemini. I want to know what their fears are in reference to Gemini. I want to know what their next actions are. And I want to know what they're thinking and what they're feeling, Spirit. And I thank you in advance. One more shuffle and we're jumping into this sucker. Do. I'm so excited for you. All right, let's get her done. Their desires and their fears, their actions forward, their thoughts, as well as their feelings, and whatnot or whatever. You love me. I love you too. So anyway, first card is their desires. Magician. Synchronicity. They want you. They like you and they want you. They want to manifest a new beginning with you. They understand how they feel. They've gotten clarity on that. They know how they feel. They know that this is real. They know that this is legit. They know that they have the tools, the know-how, the will, however you want to see it. Just simply put, they know that the only thing that's standing between you and them and your happily ever after is them. So I look at this as them in preparation because they know that they need to come to you correct, right? So there can't be any half-assedness going on here. So, you know, the man is sitting up here doing his arm curls and his little bicep pecs. He's like, you know, doing his little Terry Crews, like, you know, pec practice and whatnot. Okay, so he's probably not doing that. He's probably really nervous and scared and terrified and thinking about all of the horrible things that could go wrong and how you could have moved on and not want to be with them. And then they would, you know, that's probably what they're thinking. But whatever the case may be, they do want to start a new relationship with you. And they know that they have the power to do that. And it's just more or less a hope that they can start to rebuild this foundation with you. And that it can grow into something, grow into the something you've always known that it could be, like the potential of it. It's just them, you know, just recently getting their little epiphany and realizing what it is you always knew, in so many words, right? Now, when we talk about their fears are, being vulnerable. Oh, I just dropped it. Sorry. And that's what? Oh my God, there's 5 major arcanas already? Gemini, I think I know what it is that's going on. You guys are sensing a major freaking shift. Didn't I read something today about a major shift that was happening with Geminis and something about what was going on in the sky? I don't know astrology, but whatever. Something is happening in the sky that's affecting Gemini, but I think it has something to do with their rage. I don't think any of this is going to make you feel rage. I mean, you might feel rage if the person hasn't made it there yet. But the whole thing that they're fearing the most is vulnerability. It's them opening up. It's the fact that they know that they want you. They know that they want you two together, right? But it's just the fact of like, this means that if this is going to work, it means that I'm going to have to be vulnerable. I'm going to have to open up and say how I feel and tell them like the truth about everything. And not necessarily they were hiding anything, but it's like the truth about themselves in the sense of not really playing those devil type of games where it's like, power games and having the upper hand over the person, whatever, right? So their main fear is vulnerability. Now their actions going forward, oh yes, we have the Nine of Chalices. It's getting their wishes fulfilled, They want to come to you and sing Jay-Z and Beyonce. We be on it, watermelon. Okay, maybe they don't want to do that, but they do want to, how can I say this in a very PG appropriate way? No. They just want to love you, They want to love you, girl. They want to love you, or dude, They just want to be captivated and experience and express their emotions with you. But I think it's very interesting to me that the Nine of Cups shows up here. And the reason why I feel that's interesting is because what Spirit is showing me. It's not just because, I was going to say something really profound. I'm totally cheating because Spirit is showing me things. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. It's because it's symbolic in the sense that 9 is like a threshold, right? So if you think about like old school, like when people used to get married and like the husband would like carry the wife over the threshold, it's kind of one of those things. It's like they want to meet you where you are, right? So y'all are both like at 9s, proverbially speaking. So they want to meet you where you are. So the two of you can step into the 10 together, right? So it's more or less like, it's not infatuation. It's just deep, like wish fulfilling, all encompassing, deeply emotionally binding love, right? Which is the byproduct of intimacy. So it's almost like I'm seeing this as like the framework for you guys' relationship was fine. And I'm saying that lightly because I don't believe this relationship was fine by any means, but the framework of it was. And it was always like kind of what I asked in the group. It's like if Spirit gave you a magic wand and you could fix one thing that was wrong with your union, right? And majority of everyone said communication, So I feel like it's the fact that they held back a great deal and they weren't really putting in the effort. You know what I'm saying? So the framework for what could be was there. It's just they needed to fill in their blank space. And I feel like that's what they're coming in to do. And they want to walk over this threshold into this new beginning with you. Because, of course, we know we go from the 9 to the 10. The 10 goes back to the 1. So now it's like a commitment and then this growing, So going through that process together, so to speak. But it's really them wanting to give you what it is that they know that you deserve in so many words. You know what I mean? And, of course, the whole consummation thing. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. What time is it? Okay. 18 minutes in. I really don't think that you guys mind that it's 18 minutes in. I was trying to go for 10, but whatever. So what the person is thinking, oh gosh, this is really serious. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Woo. Yes. They're thinking about getting your butt, number one. Okay. It's one thing. But, oh God, it's almost like, that's a lot. It's like grounding, gratification, mind, body, soul union. It's almost like when we talk about this passion card, it's almost like you guys making magic. Like you guys making sexual magic together. You know what I'm saying? Like, some tantric loving going on, if you know what I'm saying. If you don't, you might want to Google that, learn a couple of those techniques before they come back, thank me later. Hashtag sacral, moving right along. But yeah, man, it's kind of like, because with this card, clearly they've just done it, but it's like he's embracing her afterwards. So it's like, it's symbolic of just like this uniting, because it's like, it's in those moments that people are joined. Usually you would think in the actual act of like sex is when people are joined. I mean, physically you are, but it's like emotionally, it's those moments afterwards where you're, oh my gosh. My son, Banshee screaming. Fortnite. Anyway, it's when you're in that person's arms and you're experiencing this vulnerability and intimacy, right? And that growing into, I don't want to, like, I want to say foundation, but then I don't, because I don't want that to be misconstrued. Not saying like that's the whole foundation of your relationship, but I mean, it's the action of the intimacy that exists between the two of you, so to speak. There's also the possibility of babies being born here, which would be quite interesting. If you reconnect with someone and instantly get pregnant, that would be totally cool. Invite me to the baby shower, make me the godmother, just saying, you know? But nah, man, it's I'm trying to find the words for it, but it's hard for me to even find the words to describe this. It's kind of like when you think about if someone were to ask you, because I feel like I'm picking up on your vibe. If someone were to ask you, like, why do you love that person so much? And you're like, I just cannot. God, my son. It's like, I just can't put it into words. You know, it's like there aren't enough words in the English language or any language to ever express how deeply and honorably and utmostly that I love you. You know what I mean? Like, there's no words to express. It's like I feel it so deeply that no words do justice to what my heart is filled with, type of deal. Like, that's really what it is that I'm feeling. So for me, seeing this in their thought space, this is more a fantasy, you know? And not saying like fantasy like it'll never happen, but I feel like what's heavy in their thought space is like them kind of running as they're trying to get stuff together or figure out how they want to approach this situation. To them, their wish fulfillment in so many ways is, you know, them coming correct, you being receptive, and then you guys being able to like consummate the union. And it's not just about the sex part of it. It's just the fact of like, this, like, you guys having sex now would be more symbolic of this tie between the two of you that both of you already know is there, so to speak. So it's hella deep, y'all. But this is almost like a I'm seeing it as like a, do I want to say soul marriage? Like, it's, yeah, it's almost like that symbolic action of, like I said, what it is you guys have always known or already knew, right? So his feeling space, or her feeling space, sorry guys, we have the, oh god, the Four of Swords. So funny. Oh gosh. He desperately wants to, why am I saying he or she, okay, desperately wants to be forgiven. They're afraid that they're going to be met with resistance from you. So I kind of was picking up that vibe. It's like they're bucking themselves up, but that's why I feel like they're putting so much pressure on themselves to get everything just right, because they know what's on the line here. Like, they know that if they don't show up, like if they show up and you even smell an ounce of bullshit, like, you're going to be like moving right along. Kind of similar to what I said in Taurus's reading. I was like, Taurus is just like up on their throne. You come with your crumbs and it's like, that's cute. Anyway, you know? So I think for them, as far as their feelings, it's in a fear space. Because of course with this, the Four of Swords in this card is different than it is in your regular tarot. Because of course that would be like rest, retreat type of deal. But how that kind of infuses with this is, it's like an emotional vacancy is what they fear. It's like you not being emotionally connected anymore. You not being able to forgive them. But what I really feel like this is, to be honest, I feel like they're projecting that onto you. I feel like they're projecting onto you like, oh, you know, what if they hold back? Like, what if they don't forgive me? But I really feel like what the issue is with them, they're projecting their own lack of self-forgiveness onto you. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like this person, like with this revelation they had, they're very clear of like how much, and I said that in the reading for the month, they are clear on how much they screwed up, bruh. Like, they are so aware. And I think just the simple awareness of that hurts their feelings, right? But I feel like that's something that they're gonna have to oh god, this is funny. That's something that they're going to have to that they're going to have to work on. And I'm not saying that like in a, they have to do this type of thing. I think that's something, if Spirit gave them this divine revelation, I think that's something that's going to end up coming up for them. And that may be why it's showing up in the emotional space, because Spirit is kind of like, I don't know, unhinging it with, you know, just these different fears and stuff like that, and them going through this whole process and kind of bringing that to the surface of saying, like, you need to forgive yourself, right? Like, yes, you made a crappy decision, but don't keep beating yourself up about it, right? Just because, you know, going into the relationship that could cause, you know, more problems of them feeling like, you know, I don't even deserve you and blah, 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 blah. I feel like I kind of sounded like Donald Trump right there, but I probably didn't. Horrible at impressions. But anyway, so that's what it is that I'm seeing, Gemini. Overall, I see this person is putting in work because they're trying to come to you correct. They're trying to manifest a committed partnership with you, something that has stability, something that's very grounded, very committed. Pretty much everything it is, whatever you want to tack on to it, that it is that you've been desiring from this person. It's them seeing very clearly what it is that they have with you, and them making sure that they don't screw it up this time. But it is a little fear on their end, but I think they're projecting it more onto you of thinking you won't forgive them. But I feel like you guys love this person so much, you probably gonna act bad, you know, but you know you gonna be bucked up that they back. I'm just saying. But I think that forgiveness that they're really wanting is for the self, but they're just projecting it. But they'll internalize it eventually. You know what I'm saying? But, Gemini, that has been your bonus reading, my bae. Put this in the right deck. But let me know in the comments what you think, my honey love. And I'll see you guys sooner than later. Because, you know, your little mid-months and things of the sort. Or end of months and whatnot or whatever. But I love your freaking face. Thank you for giving me 30-something thousand views. Freaking love y'all. Y'all is bomb. But I'll check you later. Deuces.